Welcome to Music Vibes. In this podcast, we talk about everything related to being an upcoming artist. I'm Sentini. I'm an artist, singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, and music promoter. And every episode, we have a new topic and a new guest. Subscribe to Music Vibes on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Audio Mac. Let's groove on. Welcome to Music Vibes. So today I am talking to Benley. He's a fashion photographer and DJ. So welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. It's good to talk to you here on Music Vibes.
It's
Because yeah,
nice. It's very nice being here.
good. I'm happy you wanted to do this. And because I think
No, thank you for inviting me to be on here, to be honest.
okay, well, you're welcome. I'm here for that. I'm here to spread knowledge and inspiration, and yeah, of course, also help upcoming artists to achieve their goals. So, and I think you can really give them a lot of insight in creating high quality content because now more than ever, having good photos, not only on your social media but also for your artwork, is so important. So, yeah,
That's very true.
yeah, and we worked together on some amazing bomb
Uh,
ass artwork. So
yes, we did. We did.
yeah, so for Summer Vibe, for example, and for yeah, for Summer Vibe, and then just some in between fashion shoots that we did. So I'm very grateful. So what inspired you to become fashion photographer?
Originally, I didn't plan on buying, like, getting into photography was to be like a stock market or stock photography type of photographer. So I wanted to become like someone who sells their images online. So I would like do random stock images of like trees or like animals and stuff like that. And then I randomly started shooting my sister in a fashion way, and I started falling in love with like interacting with people and shooting people, getting creative with the shots that I'm doing. And I eventually went into the fashion field from there, from loving that basically.
Okay. Okay. So that's like it just started at home doing with your
Yes.
sister, making photos, and then you're
Yep.
this photographer now. So what is like what what is important you think for artists when they make photos? Because also in the beginning, what I love about like I work with a lot of photographers, what I love about working with you is you are
Mm-hmm.
so organized in your work, like the preparation. Okay, tell me more about that.
Yeah,
Tell
so
people more about that, how you work.
so originally when I started, like, I was trying to do everything on my own,
Mm-hmm.
and I quickly realized that having a team behind you helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 years ago was when I really 3 4 years ago, yeah, 4 years ago was when I really started like investing in having a good team around Benley, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my first organized, quote unquote, organized shoot then, where I got like makeup artist, a videographer, stylist, hairstylist,
Mm-hmm.
set, someone who would be good with set coordination and set design. And when I did that shoot was when my eyes opened a lot to like realizing that there's so much that can be done to a set. There's so much things that can be added or taken away from a set that can make or break it, you know. So from then I realized that organizing, getting everything in check, making sure colors aren't clashing on set, making sure that all the colors have an aesthetic feel basically can make or break your images. So that's how I moved on, and that's how I am where I am right now, you could say.
Yeah, nice, because you're working from the island of Curacao, Caribbean island. That's where we met because I also
Very colorful island.
very colorful island. So, but you are originally from, I don't even know. Are you originally from Curacao or?
No, I'm originally from Jamaica, to be honest, but
Ah,
I never did photography in Jamaica.
okay, so you really did it on Curacao. It started
Yeah, I
off.
did it all here. Back in Jamaica was where my DJ life was. basically.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why the DJness is still, and it's not like you can't let it go, right? It's part of who you
No, no, no,
are.
no, no. Music is a part of me. Music is a part of me. Like
Yeah.
I grew up in a very musical family.
Oh my God.
My dad loves music, and he would always have like cassette tapes with like all the old school Jamaican reggae music and like some international stuff, but mostly old school like Jamaican music, reggae music, ska, and all those type of music. And
Mm.
I used to play with those all the time. I used to record over his stuff. He didn't like that very much because
So
there
you
were
were
newer music that I
DJing
wanted to
already.
hear, and
Mm.
yes. So there were newer music I wanted to hear, and they would be playing on the radio, and I would try to record over his stuff because I wanted those to hear those music. So yeah, when I was like a teenager, my mom started investing in a sound system, so we could like have like dance hall like music, like dance hall parties and stuff. So
Mm.
we had a whole sound system that we had around me. So like that's where I started learning to play music from, basically. And from there, yeah, yeah, from there it kept it just it was engraved in my blood, basically.
I like it. Yeah, I love it because that was a thing that was surprising to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we were shooting our first photo shoot, and then you had this amazing Afrobeat mix, and I was like, "What is happening here? This is so nice." And you said, "Yeah, I make it myself." So at that time, I didn't even know that you were had been a DJ, and now for me, it's also a new news like that you were a DJ in Jamaica. So, but yeah, I would say keep continue like putting out those mixes. You have one now on Audio Max, so keep pushing, keep bringing them because people
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will try my best to. I will do like I mainly make mixes now for myself, to be honest, because sometimes I'm working and to find what I love on YouTube sometimes can be a hassle
Mhm.
because sometimes like I'm listening to DJ mixes and they miss like beats and stuff. And sometimes it's triggering because I'm like, bro, like this, like I'm trying to focus, and if I hear that, like my OCD is like, no. So that's why I make mixes. Like the Afrobeat mixes I made them like because because you have some nice Afrobeat songs, and I'm like, how can I incorporate these in my mixes?
Yeah.
And that's how I started with Afrobeat mixes. Because yeah, you're talented, and
You. Thank you.
yeah. How did you start with your music? Where did that
My
start?
music, where? Well, it started already
Yeah.
when I was 9. I wrote my first song, and I actually fell in love with music already when I was 4. I was watching, I remember still, and I still watch it because it's on YouTube. Mariah Carey had has an MTV Unplugged, 19, I don't know, somewhere back in the day. And I was watching Mariah, yeah, I would say when. Exactly. But
Trying
some
to hide the age.
seriousness
I get it.
around
I
me,
get
you know. So, but yeah, it was. If people look
yes.
it up, they will know. But yeah. So I was watching that, and as a kid on TV, and I don't know, it was like heavenly, like how she was singing, and I was like, wow, she looks so happy. And I remember as a kid, I was just like, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You just know, it's like you fall in love with that. And also with News and other people, like I was really I love music, and then like the 90s music vibes is really my thing. So I was always listening to music, like falling asleep with music in my ears, like that. It was just me, but I was always a little bit like I was always the smart kid, so that's why I went on to study and do my bachelor's and master's degree and everything. But next to that, my chosen
Mm-hmm.
art became dancing. And I did that hip hop dance, street dance.
Mm-hmm.
But always the singing was still there, but I was just afraid to show that side of me. I don't know why. I was just afraid. I felt like I wasn't good enough. Um, but yeah, life hit me. A lot of things happened in my life with, losing people, loved ones, or whatever. And you're like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I hiding me? So that's why I decided to now really
Yeah,
do.
you can't be hiding your talent, you know.
No, it's just robbing myself and people, and I get so many amazing reactions every day, and it gives me so much strength and hope because it's a roller coaster. I'm telling you, like I'm enjoying my life, but like I'm now not living in
I
the way that I really want to yet, but it's coming.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, that yeah, it's just passion, love.
And how is life in the motherland?
The motherland, yes, I'm in Ghana right now. It's so amazing to be here. I'm telling you, I have been here now for 4 months already, almost five. The
Yes.
crazy pandemic
Wow,
time.
it's been that long.
Yes, already. It goes so fast, and
Wow.
yeah. So for me, it was great to because I came here in October, and I had the whole like November, December party. Like the whole world was like shut down, but Ghana still partying because they had a lockdown for a long time, for 6 months or something. So now everything was open. I could perform. I performed on like award shows
Yes,
and all these things on
yes, yes.
TV a couple times. So for me, God has really uplifted my spirit and made my dreams come true that I had in my mind that I didn't know if they would still come true. And I know more is coming, but yeah,
Mhm.
Ghana is really good to me. A lot of hospitality. People are really kind and nice and open. But the Ghana music industry is tough though because they really um, it's just they love their own and but they also love foreign
Yes,
artists. They
yes.
also love foreign artists though, but just I don't know certain critical. They're very critical. I don't know. You have to just know that you have to have the right links and also yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
As
whole
they say, like connection rule the world, right?
yes, that's it. So it's really the case here too. Um, it's just everywhere. It's really not. People
Yeah,
say,
I
oh yeah,
think
only in Ghana, but I'm
it's a
like, no,
worldwide. Yeah,
it's a worldwide thing. So, but it's working. It's
yeah,
going.
it's a worldwide thing.
Receiving me well. So I'm really grateful. I just had a song out, "Give Me Life," which is with an Ghanaian artist. So it's my first collaboration here. He's also an upcoming artist. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, we're just doing our thing, and yeah, I feel good. Yeah. So
Happy to hear that.
yes, yes, I am. I do miss our photography sessions also, though. But I have also been working with amazing photographers here.
I mean, those I've been seeing your work and I love them.
Thank
I've
you.
been seeing the photos that you guys are taking and I really love them.
Yes. Well, I will
I really
connect
love
you with
them. But don't like soon we'll be working together again.
yes, because I would love that too. Because and also connect you guys. Like I work with Shasha. He's a photographer here, and he's very artistic, and it's just beautiful what he does. He even sold one of his photographs to I constantly forget this guy's name, but it's the guy from Man's Not Hot. The Man's Not Hot guy. The
Oh
song.
yeah, 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 yeah.
No, 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 Man's Not
Big
Hot. Yeah.
big shack.
Yes. So yeah, so it's really nice to see people and working that way when you're all of you are like upcoming and doing your thing. So yeah, I wanted to like know like if you still want to do something with DJing or is that something that is gonna be a part of the combination because now in this day and age we can combine so many things. Um,
Honestly, um, I gave thought to it at first, but it's not something that I think I want to pursue as like a career anymore.
mhm,
I think it's just gonna be something that I do like on a personal level.
mhm,
Of course, I can still release it on social media, the
mhm,
mixes. I can still put stuff, upload stuff on like um what's it, SoundCloud or AudioMac or whatever platform I can,
mhm,
and I can always have that for people to listen to. But has as in like going to like events to DJ or parties to DJ or whatever it is. I don't see myself doing that anymore because I used to, like when I just came to the island,
Mm-hmm.
I did like a few Jamaican parties, but it's not something that I like because I'm a very like introverted person. I'm not like the out there kind of. Yes. So doing photography really helps me like develop as a person too. Because as I said, I'm not really an out there person. Like
Mm.
people know about my work more than they know about me, basically.
Yeah.
People know my work before they know me,
But I know
so
you.
to speak, right now, currently.
So what?
So like people will see my work, but they don't know who, even what I look like sometimes.
Okay, okay. Very private. So how, what would you
Yes.
advise like artists to do in terms of content? Like they want to create beautiful photography. What would you advise them?
So the thing that I think about the most when I think about content and like artists or any social media person or anyone who's trying to get their brand out there is look for what you want in a photographer. So if you can't just hire a photographer because they shoot,
Mm-hmm.
basically. You have to go to their like their Instagram, their website. You gotta see what type of photos they take, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a car brand, right, and you see a photographer who shoots mostly nature, you can't hire that photographer to shoot your cars because they're not gonna know what they're doing,
Yeah.
right? That's not their specialty. Their specialty is shooting nature. So if you hire them to shoot your car, you're not gonna get the images that you want. You're just gonna get some images to post on social media,
Mm-hmm.
which are not eye grabbing or eye catching to who will want to buy, would want to invest in your product. So like that's my top advice to anyone who wants to shoot with a photographer. Don't just hire them because they have nice photos of something else. You
Mm-hmm.
have to hire them because that's what you want your brand to look like. So if you want beauty photos, you can't hire like a photographer who specializes in something other than beauty stuff. Or even if they specialize in beauty stuff and they have like, or no, if you want beauty
Mm-hmm.
photographer, right? A beauty photographer, and you see a photographer who specializes in high fashion stuff
Mm-hmm.
that's not beauty at all, but they have some beauty stuff on their page that looks good, then you can hire that person because at least you know that they have experience in that field.
Yeah.
But if they have no beauty products or beauty shots on their feed at all or on their website at all, then you don't know if they can shoot beauty. So it doesn't make sense to hire that photographer to shoot your beauty stuff
True.
because you may get something that you don't want
Yeah.
in the end, you know.
Very.
So that's like one of the things that I always advise people to do.
Because that's the thing with upcoming artists. Like it's you have to invest in yourself a lot of the times at the beginning because you have to put yourself on the platform. Like how, yeah, how would you advise them if they don't have much to spend? Like, can they do things themselves in terms of high content or high quality
Okay,
photos?
so one of the things I always like talk to people about is when you go to a photographer and they quote your price,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can always, if the price is above what your budget is, you can always try to talk to that photographer. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter if they give you a price. Say for example, you come to me and I tell you, hey, my price is $1,000,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you know your budget is like 600 or 400.
Mm-hmm.
You can always say to me, hey, look, that's not within my budget right now. And if I ask you what your budget is and you tell me, hey, it's 300, I will, give it a thought, think about it for a second and be like, you know what? I can't work with 300 because that's below like my minimum rate,
Mm-hmm.
but my minimum rate is this. And with this, I can give you this amount of photos or I can give you this package with this amount of money. And
Mm.
then you both can realize, okay, then maybe I can work with this package. And
Yeah.
if not, and you want to do something on your own, basically, I would suggest like you still try to emulate what you want. So still look for a photographer that you want your work to look like, because you're not a photographer and you
Yeah.
want high quality images on your timeline. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make sense to go pay the cheapest photographer you find, because that photographer maybe is a starter photographer and isn't gonna deliver the images that you want.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So either you save up to hire the photographer that you want, you try to negotiate a price with them, you try to barter a collaboration or to build a relationship with someone who you know you can do quality, instead of like a lot of pictures for less money that aren't what you want.
yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Because at the end of the day, your brand is everything, right?
Your brand is everything and really, really important. And that's the thing. I also notice, like, high quality photos. Like, I make a lot of selfies, but that's nice for your story. But if you want on your feed, for example, Instagram, you really need your high quality photos. That's just conversing better. Video, yeah, for reels nowadays. But yeah, it's really important to have good photos and for your artwork, because that's what really also draws people in to click on it. Like, let me listen to that song. It does work like that also, I've noticed.
Exactly.
So, it's
Exactly.
so super important to invest in that. So yeah,
Like
yeah, I
like I was gonna say, like, if you look at the YouTube algorithm now, or if you go on YouTube at all right now, the thing that people invest like a lot of money in for their videos is the thumbnail, right?
true.
Because without a good thumbnail on YouTube, your video isn't gonna get clicks. Like, it's first thumbnail, then a clickbait title for you to get clicks on YouTube. So
Yeah,
if your thumbnail is like just a black square, probably no one is gonna look at it. If it's a white square, no one is gonna look at it. But you have a photo of you looking surprised, holding a gun, or a gun held to your head, or whatever it is, to get that shock effect.
hmm,
That's what it, that's what's gonna draw people to click on your video to see what's happening,
yeah,
because they need that visual stimulation to say, okay, then, oh, maybe this is something important.
yeah, yeah,
And that from there they move and say, okay, then let me click on this video to see what's going on. So
yeah,
it's the same thing with photos. Like, if you are releasing an album, you need a photo that's gonna get people to want to see what the album is
yeah,
about.
yeah, true. It has
So
to
you need
spark
that,
interest.
not shock effect, but a stimulant.
Yes, for sure. Yes, and that's what, like, with my last release, that's what we were also looking for to create with Give Me Life. Like, it's a cover and you see me with the rapper, the collaborator, and I'm holding him, or he's
That photo is amazing.
Thank you so much. There was a whole concept that went before with Creature. He's the one that does my artwork. He also did the artwork around it, like the manipulation, because people were like, "Oh, where in Ghana is there a cornfield?" We said, "No, that's digital." So he did that, and we just literally did the photo shoot on a parking lot. So with a
Mm-hmm.
with a like a white bed sheet on a um
Mm-hmm.
on, how do you say it, like, yeah, we had something where you could hang it on. So it was super simple, but they came up with that. So having a creative team is something, like, I'm creative but in my singing and in my art, my own art, and but having them to think of that, come up with that, like, yeah, that's easy, we create the scene like this, that's just valuable. So I would also advise other artists,
Yes, it
invest
is.
in that, because your team is super important, and they can make you look good and make your music go way further than if you would do it alone. So totally agree.
Yeah, that's what I said
Yeah,
in the beginning. That's what
yeah,
I
the
said in the
same
beginning.
thing.
Like,
It's full
if
circle.
if we have if you have a team working with, if you have
Yeah,
a team working with, your work becomes 10 times easier. It
Yes.
becomes so much easier
Yes.
because they everyone specializes in their field.
Yeah.
So the makeup artist comes on set, they know, okay, then I'm gonna be responsible for makeup.
Yeah.
So with makeup artists now, I like the makeup artists that I've worked with, like I worked with quite a few makeup artists. And what I figured is that not every makeup artist can do everything.
No. True.
So I've like lessened my stack basically to work with like just a few,
Mm-hmm.
like limited amount. I
Mm-hmm.
think currently I'm comfortable working with like 3 or 4 makeup artists right now
Yeah.
because I know if I go on set and I say to them, hey, my concept is this, and I give them the mood board beforehand, I don't need to like overlook their work to know that they're gonna deliver something beautiful for me to shoot. And then with my stylist, the same thing. I don't need to like overlook my stylist work because I know he's gonna give me or she's gonna give me something beautiful.
Yeah.
Because stylists too, I'm working with not a lot anymore, just a few. Because shooting for this long, you know who you can depend on for certain things. So I know who to call when I need
Yeah.
this type of look or that type of look. Yeah.
Yeah.
So having a team with you for shooting videos, shooting creating content, whatever it is 100% the best route to go as an artist of any kind, or as someone who wants to become a social media influencer
Yeah.
or a DJ or whatever it is. As long as you're taking photos or doing videos for social media or your website or whatever platform, you need a creative team. That's what one of the things that you need to invest in, or yeah, collaborate with, or whatever it
Build
is.
a
However you can,
relationship also with
get a team behind you.
yeah, yeah. So that's amazing. I thank you for that advice because that's so valuable. So at the end of the we're at the end of the podcast episode, and I always do something very short, is 3 questions or 3 sentences actually, and I want to ask you to fill in the blanks.
Hmm.
So you decided to become a photographer because you
Because I love it. It's amazing.
amazing. Other people describe you as, or what do other people say about you when you're not in the room?
What from what I've heard is he's amazing. His work is amazing, and he's humble, I guess.
Okay, amazing, good. And what would you advise upcoming artists, whether they are musicians or all type of art, basically?
Get a creative team, work on your marketing, make sure you're happy with what you're doing.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Benley. Benley.
No problem.
I'm the voice on your mix. Yeah.
It was-
For other people, go to Benley on Audio Mac or go to my Audio Mac because I re-upped it, so it's in my list too, and go listen to that to
Awesome.
the mix. So
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
You're welcome. Thank you for listening to Jungo Music Vibes, the podcast for upcoming artists. Next episode, we will have another artist or expert talking about, helping you out with your journey. If you want to be a guest, send an email to music@jungo.app, which is jungo.app, or go on our Instagram, jungo_app. And of course, you can also follow me at Sentini Music on all social platforms. SENTINI Music, Sentini Music. See you next episode.